Let's get it popping. While you're here, could you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, or please, please, please. Feel free to comment. Feel free to like. Feel free to subscribe. Whatever it is that suits your boats. Okay, I'm here. I'm queer, and I am here for the Leo reading. So let me move this out of my way. Move it out of my way. I'm here for the Leo read. We're gonna see what's going on. Month of October, what is going on necessarily though. I know for some of y'all Rio or y'all watch it may seem like it's a right now, but it's kind of like those challenges necessarily, the way the spring is necessarily coming out. It'd be like a layout of what's going on. So it could be the month that was lingering before what's going on, but it's kind of like the blockages necessarily that you don't see or find as necessarily problems. So for some of y'all watch or just in the time of need, and I'm incorporate. You hear me say how I don't know. Try to see. But I like the way they is. For some people, it just be like the advice type of thing. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try that though. Not now. I might come back and do as I finish all these. I do individual where it's like all signs advice, and we'll try to keep it at least about 50 minutes, and we'll just like wham, wham, wham. Just 3 for the thoughts, feelings, actions, and then we'll see what necessary there, like a clarified. Chariot reversed. Ooh, somebody could be messing with a Cancer. You got, ooh, wait a minute, you got 2. You got King of Swords and you got the Hierophant reversed. You got Scorpionic energy reversed. Mm. Knight of Swords reversed. Up under the King of Swords though. Page of Pentacles energy. 4 Cups. 8 of Wands and you got the 10 of Wands. Oh shit. Embrace. Ooh, somebody has a short timber. 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 We got 8 of Cups. We got 9 of Swords. They came out sideways though, so we're gonna keep. I'm gonna read that as like it's a portal entryway. Knight of Pentacles, as you can see. And I need one more. No. Gonna take one more. Ugh, it's taking me more. Wait a minute though. We got Judgment, 2 of Wands, and the Empress. I think I'm just take the Judgment though and just explain this though. The Judgment card, you hear me say, that is that higher knowing, higher awareness. This is the this is the understanding. This is like the well done, my child. For some of y'all know, it's like talking about moving towards higher levels of understanding. It could be commitments though. For some of y'all, this could be lost loved ones. This could be ethers. This could be a parent. This could be somebody that you feel like you lost connection with or trying to gain back. For some of y'all know this is the feminine style type aspect. You have 2 of Wands. For some of y'all know it could be the loss of a person because you see she has a cell phone here and the Empress, so it could be like reaching out or communicating or making some action based off that though. So let's go. On the bottom of the deck, we also got the everything is fine card, pretending that everything is okay when it's not. You have the justice verse. You hear me say that it's like unfairness in situations. So it's kind of like could be legal situations or battles or just necessarily feeling like your cosmic alignment is thrown off. Yeah, Ace of Wands, I tell you, that's kind of like a stuck in a stagnancy type energy. It's more like a waiting of looking or action based. You got 3 of Swords reversed. I told you that is getting over something though, but how? And then you also got Queen of Pentacles, which is reversed. So Queen of Pentacles, ooh, you know, I tell y'all stop fucking out with that work. That black magic ain't for everybody. I'm just saying. Let me stop. The reason why I say that black magic ain't for everybody because a lot of people move in a state of being emotionally manipulative because the Queen of Pentacles would do some shit like the reverse. So when it comes to being emotionally manipulative, a lot of people fail to recognize when they're not masters of understanding the cosmic balance or being biased or necessarily unfair in situations. When it comes to magic, your whole shit can get thrown off. So if it's seeking the approval or reaching out to someone or trying to understand or seeing you will be in the scorpionic reverse energy to where you feel like you're being tugged backwards, but it's like divine is pushing you towards logic and understanding of the reason why you do certain things. You do. But the Queen of Pentacles reverse, you hear me say this could be a style of a person where you hear me say if you're a mom or your feminine type style aspect as a man or a person, it could be the energy of a person who is just I want to say lackluster. They kind of like selfish. They kind of focus on themselves. They're more focused on the 3D. Like they're going to buy things. They're going to do things. It's more in a veiny type approach or whatever the case may be because it's trying to get over something. I will say that though. It's getting over something. So I kind of feel like that though. It could be a heartbreak though. I will say that though. If you're dealing with heartbreak, it's kind of like, well, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. You know, we all have those type of moments. So it's kind of like I'm gonna do this to make me feel good because I don't know how to actually make myself feel good in that moment. Though. You hear me say where like your feminine energy feels like it's taking a hit. For some of y'all know this Queen of Pentacles and it's Two of Wands. This could be some disagreement with a maternal type figure. It could be a mom, sister, cousin, whoever it is, though. But it's like starting over and needing to reach out to the olive branch for some of y'all. Y'all can have some money hungry ass moms. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'll show you too sorry. Money hungry parents, or whatever the case may be. Or you could be money hungry, though. Whichever one it is, I don't know. Whoever it is, though. But it's like this style of life or understanding. Could be siblings or whatever it is, though. But I'll be surprised if the Six of Cups don't come out upright with some deep rooted childhood trauma. I will say that because this looks like that though. Woo! Because it may be the Queen of Pentacles now as a person that's trying to reach out to you to say, hey, da, 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 can we work something out? You're like, what? So it's kind of like that type of energy because the justice is, it's not the right time. It's like not the right time. Like it's an imbalance in energy going on. So for you, it could be, ugh, like, why are you talking to me? Like, not right now. I don't want to talk. And then this is you on the other end, though, if you needed to accept that call or understand it, because the last time emotionally it went rough. So you don't know. So it's like a parent or parental child type figure or a person or whatever miscommunication is going on in your life. Just like you want to accept it, but you don't want to accept it. So you sit there. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And it plagues you with the idea of this. I don't know. I don't know. Because I tell you, I was getting like this energy of where when it comes to childhood trauma wounds to where people have mastered and ascended their parents, whether it's financially being stable or understanding or whatever the case may be, that when it came to arguments or miscommunication, they were better parents to them than their parents were ever to them. Or it was this well off. It was more like a challenging style, whether it was like a family type dynamic. It was emotional, deep seated trauma, hurt. You get what I'm saying? So at the point where it was like, I don't know if I'm ready to be like emotionally honest or commit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So let's go. First card out, we got King of Swords. Oh, I told you that. Then you got Knight of Swords, a product. And you got the Page of Pentacles. For some of y'all know this could be the relationship dynamic. And you got Nine of Swords though. Nine of Swords could be the state of guilt, worry. I'm over it. I'm not over it. I'm moving forward. I don't know what it is that I'm doing. It's like racing thoughts unnecessarily. It's dysphoria type energy though. The King of Swords and the Knight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. This could be child. This could be like a parent that's like their child. You get what I'm saying? Like most people, they don't get along with parents or other people in elders' position because they're kind of like one and the same. A knight necessarily versus a person who's kind of like hard headed. You can't talk to them, so they kind of go the opposite. Ideally, though, whether it's in financial type matters, whether it's listening and you tell them to do certain things, and they go the opposite way. But the knight necessarily, the king could necessarily be the knight could be in a position to where they have power, but they're trying to be like the parent. So you know, like those family style type business. No, I'm gonna do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, but they fucked up shit before the anything. And the king necessarily, or the parent, or whoever it is, like it has to come to the rescue because it's like you keep fucking up. It's like this fuck up type energy, though. I will say that that's one of y'all. Y'all dealing with that. You got the hair front reverse. I told y'all where it's like unorthodox, unconventional, to where it puts you in a position that you hear me say you got 4 cups and the 8 of wands. And you got the 8 of cups though. For some of y'all though, this could be jobs, careers, situations, institution, teaching type matters, or communicating with a person where you just like I'm emotionally fed up and I'm walking away because like emotionally moving forward, it was always hit with resistance when it came to action type base. So I don't know if it was on your end or the other end, or you wasn't like emotionally available or awaking or like wanting to be there though. But some of y'all though, it looks like somebody's at a point of a separation or throw it around that D word. Oh, I want to get a divorce. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like people do that, and then it's like, how do we come back after you just hit me with the last trump card? The D word, the divorce. For some of y'all, I tell you, this is like teaching or talking to someone that's kind of like, I'm so tired and I'm walking away. Because 4 cups is to be in a state of pity or or lack of remorse for anyone but on with yourself. The Hierophant, I tell you, it could be a style of reverse. It could be a forceful way of thinking. No, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna accept this. Somebody's like, I don't have to. So it's kind of like that type of way. I don't know. I had my arms folded on it. It's probably one of y'all though when y'all talking to somebody. You got the Scorpionic energy reversed. You have 10 of Wands and the Temperance. And you also got the Knight of Pentacles. I tell you, this could be a long, dramatic, drawn out situation though, where it keeps reoccurring because the Scorpionic card reverse talks about this something that needs to end, but it necessarily keep going backwards. So I tell you, it's kind of like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So it's kind of like somebody that keeps regurgitating something, but the Nine of Swords reverse could speak of like unhealed memories or whatever the case may be, or lack of communication or wounds that hurt that still stick, or memories that lie when it comes to resting type state. 10 of Wands could be like a temperance type energy to where like it's tired, but somebody's losing patience with a person, ideally though. So it's kind of like this knight has to come in and constantly offer something though. So it kind of looks like an emotional manipulatory type situation or whatever the case may be, where you even talk about that hierarchy to where it's lack of communication, where it's kind of like this person always, you have to go kiss their ass. Oh, but it's always at the same time somebody always fucks up and then they come kiss your ass. So it's kind of like mirroring the same aspect to each other. Am I making sense? I don't know. I said that though. Didn't I say that? It was gonna give me a hangman type tease. It was gonna give me a hangman type tease. For some of y'all though, it's like the idle position, somebody who gets themselves in situations ideally and like getting stuck there. It's kinda like it's a hill I die on. And somebody's like, well, you go down there, bitch. So if it was like some long drawn out drama or miscommunication, it's kinda like I'm done. Like it's kinda like that type of energy where it's like so much to where it's the two of the same. Like if it's a parental parent type thing, y'all are one and the same. It's kind of like the Knight of Wands reverse would say, I can do your job better than you. You get what I'm saying? And then challenging comes forward, and the Knight could be in a forceful style type nature because parent, which is the King of Swords, does this. So it's kind of like I'm gonna do it, and I can do it better than you, but equally still end up wrong. Like, is this making sense? I hope it does, though. It's like this challenging thing going on. You got Ten of Swords reversed. I tell you, Ten of Swords is the energy of that's an horrible ending though, because I tell you, Ten of Swords is like where y'all be cussing each other, fuck you, da, 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 like that type of energy, and it just gets raunchy. You got Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I told you that family type bullshit with siblings and understanding though, so this could be a rivalry between two, a younger sibling and an older sibling, a sibling though it comes to family type matters. I tell you, I've been getting this though, where you got the younger sibling, other sibling, where a person goes back and they keeping up shit. For some of y'all, this is dysfunction. That's why I kind of feel like it's like no, it was like a forceful style communication because you got a lot of cups, which is strange for y'all for a fire sign because y'all really got a lot of cups. Then you got the Six of Swords and the Star though. For some of y'all, though, I think this is moving away. Like moving away though, I told y'all like moving away is kind of like no, I'm gone, I'm gone because the knight would continuously like if it's a person ideally though like this middleman. I tell you I hate middleman. I don't like middleman. It's like being the monkey in the middle type ideal though. So it's kind of like if you had to converge or say, oh, I'm going to talk for this, or always being the medium in the middle, it always gets tiring. It's like it's tiring. I would say that's very tiring though. It's draining though, because Ten of Cups does speak of emotionally abusive though. I tell you the nights are necessarily reversed though. So the night could be like 20, that's like 30, 30, 20 something to 30 something. It's like 30 something. This explains it in that big. Wait a minute. It's 20. Wait a minute. Let me tell you. It's 20. Let me tell y'all to be exact. Where is it? It's in the front or is it the back? Wait. Okay. The nights are 20 to, it's like 20, like, because the pages stop at like 20, it goes 20 and down, and it's like 21 up to 35, 35 or under, like that dynamic, or whatever the case may be. Because I knew it was something. I didn't say that. I would say that. So it's kind of like that type of you can't mean nothing though. Because I tell you the cups necessarily lead back. It's kind of like giving to there. So look at it this way, but it's this way though. Think of it that way. It's like the nights always continuously having to come in and emotionally fix it. But I tell you, the night of cups necessary from an emotional standpoint is emotionally manipulative. It's an emotion manipulative type person because it's getting something from it though. So it's kind of like if y'all going through like a sibling rivalry or spat or with family, ideally though, or I don't know what's going on with kids or just two different people from an emotional perspective type of view. It's one that likes to play devil's advocate a lot. And it causes more drama because in the end, it's kind of like a loss to where somebody's like, I'm gonna talk my hands up, fucking, I don't even care, and walks the fuck away. So it moves away. Like that's where logic necessarily comes in, and it's kind of like, no, because this is y'all sister sign. It's like, oh, I'm done. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking my losses. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So it's like that type of energy, though. I will say that though. You got Eight of Pentacles though. For some of y'all though, I think it's like the ongoing situation that keeps happening is more of a style too, where it's kind of like somebody don't even care. I will say that it's like I don't care type energy because Eight of Pentacles is a person who is very disinterested though. The Knight of Swords is a person who doesn't study or necessarily know or is very informed if it's like a family style type matter. So if it's like sibling rivals and you telling another person how they feel, or a parent is communicating, or you're saying something, it's like a person who is very uneducated and unwilling to be educated. I'm not talking about from like college perspective, is more like from an emotional standpoint. So they don't want to learn theirs. They don't want to learn yours. It's fuck off. It's what you know what I'm saying. It's like this is what works. Until somebody just say, "I'm gone," like that type of energy. It's like it's the same thing where it ends into a two of cups type energy. So it's like no, it's like a non-listening environment though. I will say that. Because you got Tower and Three of Wands. I told y'all that Tower and Three of Wands. So this could be jobs, careers, institution, or the home front, or just chaos environment. Though for some of y'all, though, I tell you this Knight of Cups is a shit starter. One of y'all got a sibling, or is the sibling who causes a lot of shit. So it like say for instance, it's like a toxic fuck up though. It's kind of like somebody has a relationship though with someone. Someone is mad, comes in and boom drops a bomb, and then it's like nobody's friends. It's kind of like this energy. I'm thinking like somebody has like a toxic relationship, and for some, they are acting like the parent. Like they're exactly like the parent though. I will say that though. It's like they have like a toxic style of communicating with people, or ideally though. That's what I said for some of y'all though. It kind of gives me that though. For some of y'all though, it's like an older sibling. Ideally though, for one of y'all though, it's kind of like if you're trying to take somebody under the wing or whatever, and it's kind of like they're just hard headed. Like, am I making sense? Like they just hard headed. Okay. But for one of y'all though, I feel like it's somebody that's in a position of authority, and this King of Swords where they act like a knight, to where they take advantage of their position. So it challenges other people and not in a healthy type way, to where it creates tower type moments to where everybody ends up hurt, abused, egos bruised. It's a challenge in the pride land, like that type of energy where nobody is. It's like nothing is getting fixed, but it's just like let's burn it all down. Let's burn it all down. Because you got Six of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles and a Nine of Cups. I tell y'all, for some of y'all though, this is. I tell you that for some of y'all though, I'm telling y'all though, like this is what it is though. Some of y'all in a family dynamic, For a financial type perspective, one of y'all are like totally, one of y'all got like siblings or a person that's like totally fucked up when it come to money. It really is though. Like somebody has a totally fucked up narrative when it comes to money. Six of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles though, it's like somebody's always looking to. It could be money or communication styles or just their own ways. Like somebody who's very emotionally immature. Nine of Cups is like a somebody who is very dependent or waiting. Because I told you upright, it's like see me, it's waiting. So if it's a parent where it speaks of role reverse, it's kind of like somebody who seeks something from you more than the other. It's kind of like that though. I don't know. Am I making sense? Yeah, I will be the one. Give me this. So I don't want to get too far deep in there. You got Empress up, right? Ooh. You got Empress, the Moon. You got Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Though that's why I said I don't like this energy though. Because I tell you, this is a reaching out understanding though. It could be a miscommunication over money or financial type opportunities. But the Five of Swords though, for some of y'all though, I told you this Queen of Pentacles could be very psychotic, sociopathic, does things that they want to do, and like necessarily doesn't care about others. Because the Ace of Pentacles could be a hand. For some of y'all though, y'all got like that black family drama bullshit when it comes to family, where it's kind of like you should help your mama out. You should do this. You should help them out. Like, ugh. And then it ends into like this big verbal spat for some of y'all though. In a marital type aspect though, because that speaks of marriages though. It could be a parent or a person to where it's kind of like this big showdown. Because it's like it's the lack of roles or the type of family type values though. Because you got the Sun, the Chariot, the Page of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. For some of y'all though, I feel like this, if it's a relationship commitment or job or career aspect or the family type dynamic, one of y'all had like problems. I tell you, like, because the Page of Wands could be a child, ideally though, that is it. It's a bad news barrier. Like it delivers certain information. Well, Mama said, like that type of energy. Well, and it's like nobody didn't ask you. Mama didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. So that's what get a lot of y'all going. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like my sister do shit like that. She a Leo. She do. But it's like what so and so said, where it's kind of like that devil's advocate energy, and then it's like boom, and it's like truth bomb. And it's kind of like after the fight and the Five of Swords, to where it's this long, drawn out energy between you and whoever. That's when you get to the Rudy to the Tootie. Like the moon is on top of the Seven of Swords. Truth bomb. It's like, yeah. All right, let me tell you how I feel. Or whatever the case may be. Ooh. Ace of Wands up under there though. That's what I said. I don't know if it's a person. Like, if it's like some argument though, I tell you, it's kind of like this energy of like if you were the one that started, you got a fucked up ideology when you think people supposed to kiss your ass. If this is another person that started with you and they want you to kiss their ass, this is a weird ass friendship, relationship, dynamic, whatever it is. Like it's just crazy. I will say that though, it's emotionally taxing though, because y'all got a lot of cups, and maybe y'all don't have cups in y'all reading. Y'all have wands and swords, and all that different types of shit though. But it's like somebody wants somebody always to kiss their ass. You got Five of Wands reverse. I told you that that's that adding on. It's like unstable, not being able to be at the same thing. Six of Wands, everything is fine. Two of Pentacles and the Six of Cups though. For some of y'all though, this could be a friendship or a family type dynamic though, where it's kind of very forceful, where somebody feels very gained up on. Like dynamic, the Two of and the Six of Cups. So it's not like you feel very gained up on. Six of Cups could be like somebody who's always in the past, but ideally making peace with their past. So for some of you, if it's healing or challenging or trying to understand, or you're being more compassionate or whatever the case may be, somebody's being more, it's like, shut the fuck up. You don't believe in that. It's like going along with the crew. Because that's everything is fine though. So it's kind of like a very strong, forceful dynamic. So that's what I said. If one of y'all know, y'all gotta either is one of y'all that got a flawed up ass logic. Like if you the Leo, the way you do shit, you think people supposed to kick your ass, you are weird. If you have friendships, if you have friendships or dynamics with people where they don't know banter or communication styles or differences in personalities, it's weird. Like, you get what I'm saying? I tell you, it's like the two of the same, but It's like somebody wants to demonize somebody else more because they take accountability well. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna throw it on them because I know they'll deal with it instead of them taking care of their own. Like, I don't know what that is, but I tell you, it's very weird. It's like one and the same. It's like one and the same. It's like two people that's the same, but they saying I'm not, but they are. Um, you got the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and the Five of Cups. Page reverse and the Hermit reverse and the Five of Cups reverse speaks of, like you hear me say, when it comes to past type endeavors. So somebody don't learn though. I would say that though, because the Page of Swords is a very sneaky, looking for information. Like you get what I'm saying. The Hermit is like isolating. So for some of y'all though, if it's like a toxic style environment though, it's either you, somebody like I don't want to deal with, or whatever the case may be, because bouncing back from them is kind of like they always in your business on a personal type ship, or it's kind of like they're isolating from you, or you're isolating from this. That's what I said. It's like a searching, looking, needing for business. You got the devil type energy though. I think the devil energy is more of mental confusion, dysphoria, pushing too far, just kind of like sexual type interest. That could be addictions, hedonism, trauma bonds, or the shadow, where you're constantly tethered to this. Like if this is a family style type dynamic where we talk about trauma bonds, it's like where you grow up in situations where people are emotionally or manipulative or unavailable to you, and you end up in relationships with people who are like this. Whether they're friends, all this different types of stuff, and you see how these cycles are perpetuated, and now you're sitting back and looking like, I don't want this shit in my life. Some of y'all though, it's like get back here and love me on some stewy type shit. So that's why I said for some of y'all though, it's kind of like that though. So I feel like this is where they're reaching out, the judgment, awareness, or higher knowing. You kind of like I don't want it though, because it's like some of y'all are kind of feeling like you're challenging the narrative. But I tell you, I wish I could see a King of Cups, Queen of Cups at least. So Seven of Pentacles though. That's what I said for some of y'all though. That Seven of Pentacles. It's like things not coming just as much because the seven goes back to the five though. I knew the King of Cups was gonna come out though. But some of y'all, I'm telling y'all though, like if you distancing right now, you got King of Wands. Some of y'all though, if you distancing, like I think this is some of y'all though, like what you do, because you're a fire sign by nature, and this is when it comes to you and your emotions. Like you look at your emotions. I think that's what some of y'all do. Like you just sit there and you look. You just like, so who it's gonna be? Is it me or you? Is it me or you? Like there's like that type of energy to where like you decide how you're gonna react or do certain things. I would say either it's you, Leo, that do this toxic ass shit, or you're around people and friends and wondering where the root of this lies, to where you kind of like, I'm out, I'm understanding, I'm moving, I'm pushing the fuck forward, because the devil energy does speaks of control. That's like the shadowy aspect. It's like, yeah, you know that's your friend, but fuck her. Go like fuck her or whatever the case may be. Let me go out, let me say this, let me do this, or whatever the case may be, and then get mad. It's like, girl, I said that. You get what I'm saying? Like some like that type of energy. Like that shit the shadow would do. For the family dynamic, you said, girl, let me tell you, mama did this or my sister, da, 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 like that, and you're communicating, and then you told somebody who wasn't so trusting, but it's kind of like this is family, so you keep forgiving them over and over and over again. So it's like the same perpetuated cycle. So now you're in distance from family, and now you find this in your friend group, and that's kind of like, ugh, like how did I get here? Like that sound. High priestess intuitively knowing. You got the fool. Wait a minute, I'm trying to pick it up. You got the fool, and you got the ace of swords. And boom. On my mind. I'm trying to shuffle the O's out. I got love on my mind. Bottom of the deck, we got 91, but I read them off when I get through though. But cards that flew out was cards. I'm gonna swoop them junks all up. The Fool and the Ace of Swords, I think for some of y'all though, when it comes to this, I think it's putting you and your heart and your head on the same page. And like that's the problem. For some of y'all, though, it's like communicating and understanding a new truth. I think for some of y'all want to give somebody a new shot. For some of y'all, though, it's like somebody who has rose-colored glasses necessarily when it comes to a situation. And you kind of like, no, this is not fucking working. Like that type of energy is hitting with that. Then you got the Ace of Swords, though. I tell you, that put you in the Nine of Swords fucking energy when it comes to communicating or speaking a sort of truth. Because the Eight of Swords could be like a martyrdom, a victim of wanting to save or escape. Because I tell you, it's like somebody does something stupid over and over and over again. You come to the rescue, or it's not repetitive, or it could be your style with making friendships or connecting or viewing or seeing with people. So if you in a relationship or a marriage, it's coming out very insensitive to the person you with because outsiders matter more than the person you with. So it's like a compassion type thing. For some of this is like the family type dynamic where I told y'all though it's like the siblings, the younger and the older going at each other because it's this different perspective of where it's kind of like you're more close to your dad, you're more close to mom, you're this, you're this. It's like that type of energy of where nobody's listening. It's kind of like somebody's like, no, like that style. You got Nine of Wands, you got the Lovers and the Queen of Swords. So that's why I said it goes that logic that comes in. Because the Lovers reverse is the mirroring aspect where I said it's kind of like two people that's necessarily the same. It's kind of like, I'm going to do this. Like, say for instance, in a friend group where it's like your enemies, ideally though. Because you got Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers. I mean, Queen of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Queen of Wands. For some of y'all, it's kind of like, I'm going to say them because I knew what it felt like to be broke from a philanthropist style because I know that's them what they gonna do. So I'm gonna do this. But at the same time, when it comes to emotionally understanding, I'm in the codependency type, I'm gonna communicate, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, or whatever that's gonna be because you're not. So it's like two people giving the same. Or mom didn't do this, so I'm gonna do this. And somebody's like, yo, shit, you acting just like so and so, so and so. You're like, how dare you say I act like that? It's kind of like somebody calling out their tea because it's two people who the same. For some of y'all, though, it's kind of like very defensive and closed off from like a relationship type aspect, though. Because I tell you, the Queen of Pentacles is like the energy of no. Like, I'm going to show you my love language. I'm going to buy you this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like, you don't like it? You don't like it? That style. It's like, I'm showing you. I'm showing you. Like, that type of energy, though. So it's like, I'm here, and somebody's like, no, I don't need that. On the bottom of the deck, you got Knight of Wands. I tell you, this is sibling rivalry. Page of Cups. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Five of Swords. And we got Four of Pentacles. And we got Four of Wands. Ooh, baby, this is rough. Four of Wands suggests that you hear me say, I'm telling you though, people don't never talk about how that Leo energy is forceful, how it seeks dominance though. Because you got Justice on the bottom of the deck, you got Ten of Pentacles. People don't talk about though, it's a fire sign. It's forceful by nature. This is like the unfairness, the emotional bias, the understanding though. Like, woo wee. Because they're full of wands. It's like, no, we're going to do this. I wanted to do this. We're going to have, it's like a very forceful side type nature. I would say that, though, it's like the control of a financial type dynamic, though, is set. It's a fixed sign. That's Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and I said all of them. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, yeah, that, and Aquarius. It's a fixed sign. So it's stuck in its waves. It's like, no, no. So it's kind of hard. So it's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? From a financial type perspective, that puts you in a Five of Pentacles, a hardship though. So I feel like this is where like necessarily help comes in for some of y'all. Though y'all have siblings or people, ideally though, that's if it's you, it's kind of like somebody doesn't have good financial planning. I will say that. Honestly, I'm trying to press my leg out. God damn! Wait a minute. I'm trying to scoop my leg out. It's hurting. Now, somebody doesn't have great financial type planning. I will say that I'm looking at the time. It's 11:30. I got to take my nap. Because the Four of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, though, is kind of like somebody who likes to work or do or going into overdrive. Ideally, though, it's stress. For some of y'all, though, this is where somebody's holding over your head. Energy because you're overly abundant and like somebody. So it's like kind of like that type of energy, though. I tell you, it's like two people that's necessarily the same, but they're claiming they're not. You got a Page of Cups, and it could be, you hear me say parental. I will say it's parental maternal. Or siblings aspect though, but it's kind of like you're claiming somebody's like that though, but a part of you it's not emotionally receptive because of his healing that you necessarily is seeking for. It's more of like it's a one-sided perception. And so your Page of Cups is like the sinister, sneaky. Oh, did I do that? It's like that type of energy though. Emotional lying, dishonesty. So that's why I said some of y'all have equipped this behavior in people, or people have equipped this in you, or whatever the case may be, to the point to where, like, if somebody's demanding you to not be it, you kind of feel like they're being selfish. And somebody's like, no, I didn't put up with your selfish ass shit for a long time. So that's why it's kind of like the balance on both. Woo, Leo, what the fuck? I'm not talking to you. Talking to myself. Talking to myself. Oh no, I'm gonna put this here. Talking to myself, girl. Alright, okay. We're gonna use the moonology, please. We're gonna pull you a couple from there though. See how that's going though. First card out, I said it's a time for healing. If it's healing that you're necessarily looking for, I think for some of y'all, it's in the space of. I think if it's healing that you're looking for, though, that's why I said for some of y'all, though, it's not. It's like it's something that's lacking. I will say that though, because the Pentacles was reversed, the Magician necessarily didn't come out. The Star card is all about wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups. That's why I said it's like something that is lacking because the Ace of Pentacles was reversed and the Ace of Wands. So in order to be able to establish a newness, to be able to manifest, to call in, it's kind of like you have to have. So it's kind of like you're in the harvesting season. So if you're planting seeds, you're not watering your plants. You're not making sure you're like they're in a place where it could get the necessarily needed, like it gets things that it needs. So that's why I say it's kind of like, oh, I'm open to healing, but at the same time, yeah, I remember this bitch did this to me. So it's like that energy. So it's like a go, 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 go. And it's kind of like, you're like, I'm nothing like this. And somebody's like, yes, you are, because you're emotionally closed off at that point. I don't know. So I said, I'm going to take this day by day. So it's going to be 4 signs each day. Oh, damn, I forgot to do Sagittarius. I'll do them tomorrow. Take time to breathe out. That's disseminating moon. It's like when things are necessary, like when the moon is in a state of when it's fading away, when it's slowly drifting. It's like drifting away. Like some of y'all don't know how to let a topic go, or how to let a moment go, or emotions go, or necessarily, like that's that energy with that though. You got a full moon in Sag. Look at the bigger picture though. That's why I said that's kind of like that energy. That card did not come out that big at all. Like look at the bigger picture, because Three of Pentacles, where she talks about looking at the bigger picture. I was waiting on that bitch to come out. It's like, yeah. It's like, no, I have my point of view. No, you have your point of view. I have my point of view. No, you have yours. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Oh god. Trying to bend down while my legs still cocked up. Wait a minute, y'all. I'm looking at my bed. No promo. It's a time to give rather than take. So for some of y'all though, it's a time to give rather than take doesn't necessarily always have to be in a form of financial abundance. Sometimes it's like being loving, supportive, understanding, asking for those things. So it's not always like you gotta do this and you gotta do this and you gotta do this. It's like no, like share the love, give a little bit. So I thought it's kind of like that energy of where two people are equally like, no, I'm tired of putting up with your selfish and shit. You're selfish. It's like that type of energy where I thought it's like both is one and the same. So, but if it's we on your reading, so it's like necessarily learning how you can give a little bit. Your hard work is paying off. That's a new moon. Shit. All right, let's go. Be bold and make the first move, and a personal issue reaches a solution. All right. Be bold and make the first move. That's a cardinal moon. That's Aries. That's Libra. That's Cancer. That's Capricorn. I told you that's being able to do plant seeds, communicate actions, but making sure that you necessarily have what it is that you need before you try to execute. Cancerian talks about the family dynamic where the personal issue reaches its head. Like at this point, this is where she gets full aggressive and nobody's listening. And it's kind of like, okay, all right. Whew. Because I tell you, this is like a cycle within itself, though. Because we went for, okay, let's heal. Okay, let's take a moment. All right, okay, well, what's going on now? And then it's like, well, what you need me to do? All right, okay, then you start doing it. And then somebody starts slacking. And they need to make the first move. And then we back at the issue again. So that's why I said it's like a cycle. Separate what we gotta do. Okay. Um, A blossoming moon pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beaconing. However, before you take your next step, make sure that the both of you in a situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. This is a reminder to yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and to wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something isn't really good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender it and let it go. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. When one is healed, we are all healed. It is time to let go of the past. You are about to turn your corner. You need more time to heal. Think about how the situation will look if everyone is healed. Patience is required when a boss loving moon. It is time for self-care as you slowly but surely prepare for the next new moon. No matter which point in the current cycle you have pulled this card, it is a reminder to let go a little bit and be easy on yourself. The time to step into your creatrix power will come soon enough. Give yourself the time you need. Last card out, I ain't reading all this shit. Wait a minute, I'm gonna give y'all a positive page before we go. We doing good time. Hold on. A personal issue reaches a solution. Things are likely to get very heated with the full moon in Cancer. We did have full moon in Cancer. Did you hear me say that? And Venus was in Cancer, and now we're in Leo. Oh, all right. So let's go. Things are likely to get very heated as the full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an emotional explosion around your feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move forward towards your goal. This card indicates especially a feminine time. It also has a time to deal with any family issues to come up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge that is now coming to an end. This card also has this card also suggests both that a domestic matter or a private issue will soon come to a head. That it is a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is a time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop soaking. Have you had enough family time lately? However, Cancer is one of the moon's two homes along with Taurus. So, astrologically speaking, the moon loves to be in this sign. This means that with this card, there's a sense that all is as it should be. Don't worry, all will soon be well. So y'all, didn't I just say all that? Didn't I just say all that? I did just say all that. Let me get y'all positive information y'all can say for the next 30 days. So write it down. Tell somebody to like, share, subscribe, whatever it is y'all say. Whatever it is. I told you I gotta give me a catchphrase because everybody else get on there and be like, hi. I'm like, damn, what am I saying? And I get on this bitch and freestyle this shit like I'm ready. Wait a minute. I need some lip gloss. Oh, okay, what came in? I am safe. It's only change. Ooh, I like that though. I am safe and it is only change. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better all the time. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, if you if you made it this far at the end of the video, I was gonna say go check out Taurus's because it more explained. Like I explained that more in the Taurus reading where I was talking about how they were manifesting from a place of like pity, self-doubt, all those different types of things. So every time they got a new beginning, they would be like, oh my God, why do I have to keep going through these hardships? Because of the state that they were manifesting from. So I don't know if it means something to you, or you talking to a card so that she was dead ass in the screen. So it's kind of like, oh, I want to do this. And it was kind of like the lack of emotional accountability, or intuitively knowing, or secretly praying or asking for certain things. And it was like they was not doing right themselves. And like some it was, but it was kind of like the state of they didn't recognize like where they were manifesting from, where the root from, because they also had the Ten of Cups, and it was like dysfunction. So if they wanted a new as well, it was coming from a selfish type space, or they were asking for things that they wanted, but they necessarily didn't know what they needed. So they're learning to value those type of things. So I spoke about that more in there though. So no, this is my nap time. It's 11:50. I'm gonna probably go season a fucking hen and tell my son to take it out. Hopefully he don't burn it, because I know once I go to sleep, I'm out. I don't take naps. I take sleeps. I be out for about 3 hours. I really do. I don't take naps. So now I'm gone though.